what is going on, agency owners and business owners? Before we dive into the meat and potatoes of this video, I just wanted to share with you guys that this is not another surface level marketing SMMA video. This is going to be a full breakdown of how I am actively scaling Facebook ad campaigns today that actually can scale and not just get clicks, right? We're getting leads, appointments, and actual closed deals here. These are the same frameworks I used to take my own agency to $250,000 a month. And now I use these same exact systems every day as a fractional CMO to help some of the top marketing agencies in the space to break past some of their plateaus. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through how I research an offer and research competitors' ads to make my own, how I actually structure the offer, because that's going to be super important before we even get ads up, and how to build the tactical ad campaign in Facebook that generates leads, appointments, and not just traffic, right? And we can talk about all the little silent killers during the ad campaigns that everyone forgets about, and you can stay ahead on your next ad campaign. So this is the same playbook I give to my paying clients. It's all unfiltered. So if you're serious about scaling and not just playing the throw spaghetti at a wall and hope for the best game, watch this video all the way through. I'm going to break down A to Z how I set up a Facebook ad campaign as someone who spent $13 million plus in this space, scaled my own marketing agency, and helped dozens of others do the same. So let's dive right into my video with School of Hard Knocks and me showing their students exactly how I would set up an ad campaign from start to finish.
I'll let them in. I'll let them in. So, yeah, guys, we got our amazing ads expert Chris Hermes back here with us again. Selena, great to see you. Pamela, what's up? Ro, hello. Sai, what's good, my guy? Ashley, hello. Bonnie and Giovanni, welcome everyone. So yeah, guys, whoever has a question for Chris, feel free to raise your hand and come up. Chris, would you mind giving a brief self intro again for people who?
Yeah, of course. Well, welcome, guys. I'm glad that you guys are here on this call. Hopefully, here to learn about some ads, marketing, offers, funnels, anything to do with generating sales without, I guess, well, you can be on the phone for it, but generating sales through paid advertising. My background started about 6 years ago in e-commerce, drop shipping. I taught myself how to run ads and scaled my first six-figure store. From there, e-commerce really wasn't the move. I really went more towards, gravitated more towards lead generation, and during that time, I ran my agency in the mortgage niche, real estate niche. I ran ads in basically everything, but my agency I scaled to 20 plus employees, $250,000 a month. We did about $2 a year in revenue, and all had to do with lead generation. Our front end was leads, appointments, and we got clients the same way by running ads. So I practice what I preach. And yeah, paid ads is really the quickest way to blow your business up. So, that's what I'm here for, to help you guys out. But yeah, I left my agency, sold equity in it, and now I'm really a fractional CMO, a consultant for agencies and businesses that are looking to scale. But yeah, that's just a quick intro about me. But yeah, guys, I wanted to dive into questions you have. I know I saw some talk within the group about maybe seeing me run a campaign from scratch. We could do that here, or we could workshop someone else's. I'm pretty open-minded. You want to do questions first, Guy, or do you want me to dive into doing kind of just a mock campaign? Because either one's fine.
Let's see. Does anyone have any questions, or would you prefer Chris just do a mock campaign? I'm kind
Yeah.
of leaning towards the mock campaign. I think that would be cool to see. And
Okay.
then if any questions arise, feel free to raise your hand, guys. Does that sound good?
All right, mock campaign it is. All right, so when you do a mock campaign, there's obviously a lot of different verticals, niches that you can do, and I'm gonna do my best here. We can definitely dive into more specifics for the ecom guys, and like I said, there's a lot of different offers within this group. So what I'm gonna do here is show you how to set up a Facebook lead campaign for like a B2C lead form ad. Like assume we're generating leads here for your business. So your sales team can call, maybe it's a wait list for a product you're selling. The key is you're generating leads. Any service-based business, you're going to be doing that. E-commerce, you can take a lot of what you learn here as well. It's really just the tracking that's different. And guys, I don't want you to get too confused or caught up on the technical stuff here, because there's a million resources, videos out there. If you have questions, just reach out to me about tracking and stuff. This will be more of a high-level overview of how I would run the campaign, strategize it, because really like the button clicking and the exact, what button to press, like that's it, most of those questions are Chat GPTable, Googleable, YouTubeable. I want to hit stuff that's not YouTubeable, Chat GTable, that sort of thing. So that's gonna be the goal here. We're gonna do a pool cleaning business. So let's say I own a pool cleaning business here in Phoenix, Arizona. That's actually where I'm located. It's summer. A lot of people are gonna need their pools cleaned because for some reason, well, not for some reason, it makes sense. We have a lot of houses out here with pools. A lot of pool cleaning businesses. I've seen them. So in this example, I am going to be running Chris's Chris's pool cleaning company, and I'm trying to generate homeowner leads who want to get their pool cleaned or are tired of doing it themselves or tired of overpaying for an expensive pool guy. We want to hit that sort of demographic market because, well, it's a huge pain point. Like you could probably accidentally make money if you started a pool company here in Arizona this year. But let's kind of just dive into how I would start. So the first thing I always do before I even like started messing with the campaigns and stuff is I'm going to do market research, right? So we're going to try to speed run this in about the first half of this call, right? You can definitely spend a lot more time on market research and stuff. You're going to want to, but in this example, I'm going to show you that you can put together a brand new campaign in like 30 minutes if you really set your mind to it. So first thing I always do is head to Facebook ad library. You can just search that on Google. It'll be the first link there. And you're going to search here. You want to select United States. Usually it's going to be all ads unless you have a very specific category like housing, employment, financial products and services. I always start with all ads though to give you the best chance at getting, what's running out there. Because what this tool does is it shows you what's running right now. You can't hide when you're running Facebook ads, whether you're spending $1 million a day or $1 a day, your ads are on here for everyone to see. So I like to see what's already working. What is the quote? It's great artists steal, basically the best artists steal and take what's already working. I forget the exact quote. But yeah, I would just search pool cleaning, a keyword. Sometimes you need to mess around and get different keywords. Pool cleaning is going to be a good one. All right, here we go. We already have some ads right here. This one stood out to me because it's a clear call out. You always want to call your market out when you're doing like an image ad as far as lead generation. So pool cleaning service near you. I would probably put the exact location you're running this at. So I would put like attention Phoenix homeowners with a pool, or maybe just attention Phoenix homeowners. And I would keep it like that because this isn't a great call out. But I like the fact they did put a call out. It's just not good. And then they did some intrigue here and it's not what you think. Let me see. Oh, they're actually masking it. Wow. So that's crazy. I'm not going to dive too much into this here, but you can actually mask landing pages so people can't see them on this tool. So like that's why it's taking me here. So these guys are likely running a lot of ads. Hold on. Maybe
Chris, are
not.
these like real people running real ads that we get to see from Ads Library?
Absolutely, man. These are all real companies. You can't hide. Yep. Anyone who has an ad live right now, look, you can see active. You can even see the date they started running it, how long it's been active. You can scroll pretty far back, so you can see what's been running for a while and what's working too.
And this is before we pay our first dollar down.
What's up?
Even before we start our campaign, we get access.
No. This is only if you're spending money on, like as soon as you spent money and you have it active, it's gonna show up in Facebook Ads Library. Yes,
Makes
but
sense. Thank you.
Yeah, if it's in drafted, nobody knows.
What's the most important thing information on these ads to find out what's working?
Yeah, exactly. So right now I'm scrolling, right, as you can see, but what I'm looking for right now is a common page name to see if there's multiple ads running for it. Because if someone's running a lot of ads, that usually means they're spending a lot of money, 90% of the time plus, and I can do a little research to see if they're spending. So I see Florida Pool Services. This is kind of the first one, and Swim Slipstream also. Um, so what I would do is just click into this, and you can view their ads specifically. You just hover over it. They're only running 3 ads, it looks like, and I don't like theirs because their call to action, or the objective of their campaign, is to view their Instagram profile, which I do not like at all when I'm running ads. We want to only go for leads or sales or booked calls. Like, we want to go for direct response. We don't want to send them to view our Instagram. That's not going to result in conversions. It might result more followers, but that doesn't equal more money. When we run ads, we're trying to get a return on the investment. We're not doing this for brand awareness. Let's be very clear. Brand awareness, you'll get brand awareness by running ads every day. Goal here is to convert consumers. So yeah, that one was kind of a dud, but I clicked in and I saw that basically. So back to the drawing board here. What is this? My daughter who works at Walmart told me that if you were an elderly person.
So the most important thing is how many ads someone's running.
That's one very important thing, but that's not the end all be all, because a lot of these can be like local, and they might not be running a ton of ads. But I want to see who's popping up here, and I'm looking for a good ad. I still haven't really seen one, to be honest with you. Like, a lot of these are not very good, and sometimes that's the case. Like most ads aren't good. That's also the other thing when you're going through these. Like, most ads people run are unprofitable and not doing well. So that's why I have to do this. Okay, here's a better one.
Yeah, Chris, I had the same question as Selena. What qualifies as a good ad? And also, would you prefer me asking these questions on the fly, or do we want to save them to the end?
No. Don't save them to the end. Ask now, because I'm gonna be going through this live. Like going through this live doing it. So I want you to kind of jump in and ask questions, because I can answer them as I'm doing this. But yeah, this is the best one I've seen. Look at how it has that call out. It's small as shit to read though. Hold on. Okay, never mind. Where'd it go? Okay, but it said, oh, there it is. Hold on.
It was on the left.
Yeah, I just keep. Yeah, it was. Yeah, like a lot of these are pool cleaners, like e-commerce products like this, robotic cleaners. But what I'm looking for is like a pool service. So I'm gonna just change that up real quick. I bet you so that one pops up again. Before and after, they're doing message sends Instagram, which is decent, but I really want to see one that sends them to a landing page, because those are usually like your best ads that are like media, like the best quality lead you can get is going to be if you send them through a landing page and a survey. So if somebody has cracked that on here, that's almost what I'm looking for. So these guys, okay, these guys make you send a message. So a lot of these are really wacky. I don't like any of these ads, guys. Like, not one of these. This is close, but the copy's terrible. Green. Okay, this one's a message send as well. This is more, they took pictures of their work, it looks like. I don't like the carousel style like that. Oh, here we go. Filthy pool. That's a bald move. I guess that's kind of funny. All right, here we go. This is at least something a little better. They're taking him to their website. Ugh. Yeah. Okay. So this is going to be a better one. I don't love this one, but this is the best one so far. Parapool Care. Let me see what else they're running. Yeah, they're just running like 2 ads that they started running. So, but that's a lot closer to what we want. They're at least telling what they do, which is good. But I, before this call, actually made an ad, which I'm going to show you That's kind of the next step. And this guy is going after pool maintenance businesses. So this is a marketing company that helps pool businesses get more leads. So that's a good funnel right there. But that's not, I'm running a pool business in this case. So pool cleaning service, here they have the price. I hate ads that just put the price on them like this, like they're a ad in a newspaper or something, because you're missing out on so many prospects when you do this, because you're only getting people that are price shopping, which one, everybody hates price shopping leads, and two, you're only getting people at the end of their consumer journey. Like these are only people that know that this exists and they know what pool, like they've had a pool cleaning service before, maybe a bad experience. You only get it capturing like this much of the market. There's this many more people out there that need their pools cleaned, that don't even know it, or that are spending a lot of time doing it themselves. So like when you just put a price, you just box yourself in like that. So this is not good. Like again, most of these a lot of these are going to be bad because pool cleaning companies are not marketing companies usually. Oh, here we go. Relax and let us do the work. Call today for a free quote. Your pool deserves precision care, not guesswork. They talk about themselves. Here we go. This is the best one I've seen. They take them to their website, which is fine. And then this button doesn't even work. Sheesh. So, and see, so like there's no clear call to action on here. So this is the problem we're solving. Okay. So I made this like 3 minutes before the call here. You can use ChatGPT to make images. This is how I'm going to do it on this call, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can do this as well. So literally all that I did. Hold on.
Do you think you could copy and paste that?
Yeah, I'll get you guys a document. I'll get you guys a super clean document going step by step after the call that you guys can follow. Like, so you can look at the recording or just look at that. I'll even put these images in here. I'll make a nice little document for you guys. But this is kind of the dirty version on ChatGPT. Okay. So I'll get you guys a nice, clean looking like Gamma doc where you guys can look at all this. But for now, I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay. So you can just tell ChatGPT to make images, right? Create an image, an ad calling out Phoenix Home, and it's this simple, guys. Like you don't need to be a prompt master or overthink it. Like I pumped out an image 2 minutes before the call. That's 100 times better than all those images you just saw. It calls out someone who owns a house that can make decisions, because a lot of times renters, like, they don't give a shit about their pool because it's not their house. So you're tired of cleaning your pool. I know this because my dad hates cleaning his pool, and he always wants, like most people hate cleaning their pool. Like I've had to I live in Arizona. It sucks. And then just get a free pool cleaning quote in 60 seconds. Easy. It's a low commitment. Like, okay, well, how much does this cost? Let me fill this out and see. So this will be a first image. And I like to test 3 to 6 images if I'm running like a $20 to $50 a day campaign, which is what I do here. I'd probably spend 30 to 50, 20 to 50. The more the better, but like I'm just testing something out. This is what
how long would you run that for?
How long would I run that for?
What would be the minimum amount you would run it for?
Minimum amount. Probably I would have plans to run a campaign for a month, right? Like not this ad specifically. Like this ad might be shit and you need to cut it in 3 days. But like we might need to make new creatives and iterate on this. We don't know until we test it. So we need to know a couple things about our business too, though, when we're running paid ads. Like one, I need to know how much do I charge for a pool cleaning, like one time? How long does an average client stay with me? Okay. Are they just signing up for a one-time pool cleaning for $100, or are they getting it done weekly for a year, $100 each, and that client is worth $5,000 to me because they pay $5,000 on average. You need to know these things about your business so you know what you can afford and you know your numbers, so you know when to cut on an ad campaign. So for example, if I'm charging $100 to clean someone's pool, and my average customer stays with me for 6 months, okay, before they decide to like go with someone else and try to do it cheaper, or maybe they move. But let's just say they stay for 6 months. It's $100 a week, or $100 every 2 weeks would be common. So $400 a month times 6 months would be $2,400. So that would make my average lifetime value of a client $2,400. So that tells me I can spend on ads anything under $2,400 to acquire that client. So just to kind of reiterate, like I would spend $1,000 or even 2,000, up to 2,000 maybe to make 2,400. I don't know about you guys. So that's literally like all ads is. You need to know that number. How long does a client last for? And how much money do you get out of them on average? Because that tells you what your CAC can be, your customer acquisition cost, your CAC, a super important number. So that tells you, like, you need to know that, because you might be saying right now, well, I get all my customers for free because I don't run ads. That's not true either, because you're spending your time on it. You're spending time to get clients, or you're doing something. You have to expend some sort of resource in order to get clients. So it's never actually free. You have an hourly rate, whether you like
what would
it or
you do
not.
if you don't have the figures for that because you're just starting out?
Yeah, so a lot of it's guessing, right? So, well, you want to have an idea though, right? Like how you want to know what you know what you're charging, you know that number, and then you have an idea of how long they stay. You got to have some sort of an idea. You can't just have zero idea and go in blind. So you got to know how much you're charging. You have to have an idea or a goal of how long you want them to stay. But be conservative about it. You know, if the goal really is to have a self-liquidating funnel, which means to break even on the front end, assuming you have lifetime value on these clients. Because if you're just selling on the front end, you're a sales agency, which is okay. But to be like a real business that lasts, you need to have lifetime value, and you have to actually have customers reordering, whether that's e-commerce, whether that's lead gen, and they pay monthly for your service. E-commerce, same thing. You can't, like, lifetime value. If someone buys one product from you ever for $25, that's it. Versus if you always have something new to sell them, cross sells, upsells, etc., and you get, a couple hundred out of someone, you can afford to spend way more to get a customer. And where this all goes is basically whoever can spend the most on a customer wins. That's why you see Pepsi, Coca-Cola, all these companies that run these billion dollars in ads for brand awareness. Starbucks, you know what the lifetime value, this is going to blow some of your guys' minds. Guess what drop it in the chat if maybe someone already knows this, but guess what the lifetime value of an average Starbucks customer is? Just average. There's people like me that have been there one time, and then there's people that go there every single day. So if you had to guess, what's the average LTV for a Starbucks customer? Drop it in the chat. I'm curious what you guys think. You got 10K, 1K, 50K, 5,000. Okay, awesome, good. 3,000 a year. Okay, so yeah, you could obviously look it up, fact check me, but I believe it's 14 or 15K total per customer. So they can afford to spend like $10,000 to acquire just one client that buys drinks. Like even me, a guy who's been there one time and spent like $10, they'll spend that. That's why they can blast on TV, and that's why they're the biggest brand in the world, because their lifetime value, they've created such a great client experience and all these upsells, and they're just so good at marketing and have all these different offers, and their product's really good. So they can afford to spend the most on marketing, so that they dominate. And now they buy real estate and all this other stuff I won't even get into. But yeah, that's how you win. Like that's literally how you win is with paid ads. But yeah, back to kind of what we're doing here is I'm gonna get 3 images right now. These are all good. Phoenix homeowners, tired of cleaning your pool. Phoenix homeowners, tired of cleaning. Yeah, these are good. Make another unique variation, and you can get really like exact with this for time. Though I'm just it's learned from me on here. Like my chat.
Is this using the premium version?
Yes, yes. I'm using. You have to have the $20 one in order to generate the images. That's correct. But yeah, I can pump out like 10 images in like 20-30 minutes if I really want to. So yeah, I would do like 6, but just for this example, I'm gonna do 3 and set up one ad set, because this is how I would run one ad set. So let me download that. Yeah, also video. I would also probably do a video of me walking by the pool, like iPhone style, like oh man, I'm sick and tired of cleaning my pool, but whoever from Chris's pool cleaning company was able to help and give me a great quote, and now my pool is looking like this. You know, fill out the form and give they'll contact you today for more info. And that's the call to action. See this, yeah, this is a good one because Arizona gets disgusting easy with monsoons in the summer. So this is just a good offer. That's where all this stems from, is having a good offer. Like if I ran this ad, I would probably get like $3 or $5 leads. I would guarantee it here in Phoenix, Arizona. Probably less, to be honest. It's just such a good offer. So like if you're selling water to people that are very thirsty, you're gonna get a lot cheaper lead cost versus like trying to sell, I don't know, like what's something that people don't want, like leads to, everyone hates just leads straight up, like leads to loan officers. Kind of like I used to do a full lead gen system for them, but they'd hate just leads. So this is a great one. Tired of cleaning your dirty pool. See, and that's what I'm saying. I'm a graphic designer, but you can pull all this. You can come up with, and if you have like a graphic designer and you want to make some better ones in Canva or Photoshop, whatever, come up with 3 unique image ideas I can hand to my image designer so they can create it. So in about 20 minutes, we just created like, I would hand this off to my team to have them create some more, and guys, I'll get you a document with all this stuff, don't worry, so you can copy all this stuff for your own business. But yeah, Phoenix heat is coming. See, like this is just great, and the idea here is volume, not being perfect. Like I don't need to sit here. You see, I'm not sitting here and like I'm just gonna run this stuff and make iterations based on what works and what doesn't. But yeah, I would give these to my designer. Boom, I have 6 more images, and I can make variations off of those and have another 20, 30 images just off of these. Cool. But yeah, just for the sake of this, I'm going to show you how to set up an ad
Chris,
campaign.
You said you mentioned people hate just leads. Is the difference between what this is and just leads the targeting?
Well, I just mean selling. So like your value prop. Like I'm just talking straight offers. Like people don't want to buy straight leads or just SEO. I hope all of you have read this, but if you haven't, please read it. $100 million offers. That's like the baseline to all of this, right? You absolutely know how to craft. You need to know how to craft a good offer in order to get good lead cost and, well, in order to make money. Because people don't want to just buy leads, if that makes sense. Or they don't just want to buy SEO. They don't want to buy marketing for their business. They don't want to buy branding for their business. They don't want to buy lead generation for their business. They don't want to buy ad management for their business. These are all services that you can go find on Fiverr, and you're just commoditizing yourself every time you say, that's what you do. What's
the alternative you're providing?
Yeah, so you need to come up with an offer. You need to have a specific outcome for that specific person. So let me show you, actually. Let me show you. I'll show you my agency I scaled that I was telling you about in mortgage. We ran a shit ton of ads. You're spending $1,000, $2,000 a day on ads. You can see there's almost 300K of spend on this ad account. But here, I'll show you. I'll just click in here. This campaign spent 80K and got us $46 booked appointments. So here's an example of a good ad too. Attention loan officers, pay after results, pay after your deal is finalized. So this offer, it was leads. I'm still doing lead generation, appointment setting, but the offer is you don't have to pay until after you close a deal. Okay, so that was a lot more enticing and gets people to click on the ad versus if I just wrote we sell leads or we just do marketing, we help loan officers, blah blah blah. We have a specific offer here. 0 upfront costs. Pay only when the deal closes. This is a really, really strong offer. Let me see if I have another one here that I can show you.
Do you have any examples of ones that have performed well where you have took money up front?
Yeah, I'll show you. And we still did for these ones. We did set up fees, or we did other sort of ways to extract money up front as well. that we can always dive into, because again, it's just all how you position the offer.
Also, Chris, all the ads that you've shown so far, I see they are just images and text. Aren't there videos here? Because
Oh yeah, I've run lots of videos too, man. But yeah, images are really easy to test. That's why I like them.
okay,
Just deleted.
but it's
And
the
it's easier
same
to show
tool
on
to use. Yeah, it's the same tool to use even for videos, right? That's my question.
same tool to use. Sorry, what do you mean? What tool, like to
Like
make
if you
video?
want to generate video ads,
Oh no, you wouldn't do that. You can only do images. You'd have to use like Sora or something here. For videos, I'll have to do another
okay.
a tutorial on how to make video ads, because that's a whole new can of worms for sure. Because you have to know how to edit. You need well, not necessarily. I'll show you guys how to do a simple one. Like I said, like kind of iPhone selfie style. Those have always worked best for me. But I'm just trying to remember. Here's the video. As long as it's not deleted. Here, let me see if I can find something else.
Is there a reason why so many of them are deleted?
I don't know, actually. I've never really seen that. It's like the post ID is deleted or something. This ad can only run because the post, yeah, we use post IDs. That's why. Which is something you can do to keep all your reactions, comments, all that stuff. So we just kept copying the same one. And now that post is deleted. So I think that's the problem, because this is like from a year or two ago. Yeah, I'll move away from this in a second, but I want to see if I can find at least something here.
Would you be happy to share some of your best performing ads as well? Like in a document, or just like the image of them?
Yeah, sure. I have something I can share with you guys, actually, a whole sheet that has winning ads from not just my winning ads, but winning ads from a lot of different other verticals as well.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, so I want to show you like, here, I'll go for this one. This is actually a client of mine right now. He won't mind. Okay, here's one. Here's like a video ad.
Do not run until after you watch it. Now look, right now you develop a system that's going to automate your lead generation, automate your follow-up, help you book more jobs, and get you more Google reviews, and we want you to use it for free. That's right. You only have to pay if it works. If it doesn't work for you, you don't have to pay us a dime. Word of mouth.
So another thing, you can do conditional guarantees. Like, he's still charging up front for this, but it's conditional guarantee. So if he doesn't hit 20 appointments within the time frame, he does give them a refund. And you can do that when you're confident on your product, and you can put kind of like, you can bake in that percentage of people that you have to refund. So like when I've done those before, like I know for a fact, like 5 to 10% of them I'm going to have to refund because they're just not going to be right fits, etc. So I just baked it in ahead of time to all of my numbers. But yeah, you said you wanted to see one that didn't have free up front. He just started testing like a free trial sort of thing. Like you just saw. There's some images. Dude, images work great, man. Like I'm a big fan of images. Oh, this one landed a 3,500 deal up front.
So, Chris, would you recommend, like with marketing agencies and stuff, like basically what he just did for like industries that you know you'll 100%, not 100%, but you'll be able to confidently get leads for? Do you think that works a lot better for agencies to be able to loop people in with certain industries?
So does what work a lot better? Videos or what specific part do you mean?
Where he's like 30 appointments in 30 days or you don't pay.
Yeah, see, that's an offer. So that is exactly what an offer is. I forget which one of you asked, like, what's an example of an offer? So an example, that's the whole point I was really trying to show you. But an example would be like, for my mortgage business, we guaranteed 12 funded loans over 6 months, or we work for free. That's a pretty common one if you don't want to do a refund guarantee. So that way you're setting the expectation up front that your service is free. So we would collect 6 to 12K up front for for 6 months for them to do that. And it would be gravy because we had the guarantee over the 6 months, and we would work for free if we didn't hit it, meaning like our server, they didn't have to pay our marketing agency anything else, which is, in my opinion, a better guarantee than doing refunds and stuff. Because if you do a refund on the front end, you get a lot of times where like people click on the ad just for the refund guarantee, and you get someone who's basically like not an ideal client who really wants to grow, but someone who's just like trying to get that refund out of you and like almost doesn't even want it to work. I've literally seen that happen over the years. So don't be too aggressive on the guarantees. I've seen people get burned like that. Just give something you're confident in. I like like 20 appointments over 60 days, over 90 days. I like extending the time horizon past 30 days. I like to do 90 to 6 months if possible. But yeah, the offer is the most important thing. If you don't have that, you're not really going to get anything else. But here, let me kind of just set this up and show you exactly. Let me find an ad account that I can use.
Do you have anything that's based on like products rather than services?
I do, yeah. I definitely do. I have a lot of e-commerce stuff that I ran as well. For this video, or for this case, I'm just going to do lead gen because it's going to be hard to do all of these different ones for you guys for sure. But yeah, I ran an eyebrow trimmer. I'll have to, you can message me and we can dive into kind of how I ran that up. Because that was like my first store that was e-commerce product based.
If we do create some ads, would you be happy to review them as well?
Yeah, send them my way on the group, what do you call it, the school message or whatever it's called. Just send me a message. I'll review it. Yeah, for all you guys with the specific questions like that, I'll respond to all of them. I promise you guys. We'll solve it. Here, let's see if I can create a campaign on this account. I should. All right, so we're gonna create this. We already have the creatives ready, basically, but we're gonna go through and set this up. Again, I'll have a document and kind of recapping all this, but this is how you'd set up a lead gen campaign for a B2C brand. So very first thing is I'm gonna set it up for leads. Sales is what you do for e-commerce, but since we're optimizing for leads or appointments, that's what we're going to do. I'm never, ever going to want to do awareness, traffic, engagement, or app promotion, ever. Well, unless you have an app, but never these, okay? Always leads or sales, because that's what we want here. Facebook's very literal, and it'll bring you traffic, but it won't bring you sales if you select those other ones. So I select manual. They like to do a lot of crazy things. I think that's fine. All right, so I would just name this campaign 1. I do not turn on campaign budget optimization. That's what this is right here. I do not do that when I start. And the reason being is because Facebook doesn't have enough data yet to really know what you're doing. Just leave this off pretty much always, unless you're spending hundreds a day. A/B test, leave off. Select this if you have an ad category where it's like, if it makes sense, if you sell financial product, housing. But for this case, we're doing pool cleaning.
Just quick as well, Chris. I don't think you're actually in the school of scaling. I might be wrong. I spelled it wrong actually. Yeah,
I should be, man. I made a post in there.
He definitely is on there.
Yeah, it should be in there.
I spelled it wrong. Sorry.
All good.
I was so confident.
Chris is in there for sure.
Yeah.
So ad set 1. So the golden way is always going to be like through website. Most of the time, like that's going to be your highest quality lead over an instant form. For website though, you are going to want to do some tracking. And I'll give you guys a resource. I have a really, really good video for you guys to set up proper tracking. So it's leads, appointments, that sort of thing. But for the sake of this, it's a 20, 30-minute thing really, really well, and he explains it better than me. But for the sake of this, we're not going to do that. We're going to do instant forms because that's the quickest way. And if I were running a pool cleaning company right now, is doing this is what I would do, because you get the cheapest lead. I can call all these guys really quickly. You get to see the quickest feedback, I guess, quickest feedback without being a really, really good media buyer. If you work with me and you want to like figure out this stuff, like let's do it, because it's going to get you the best quality lead, but it's not something I'm just going to be able to like tackle right now. Just for the sake of this, we're going to do instant forms. They still work really well. I've done campaigns. I still do campaigns with them, but you just get a lower quality lead sometimes because Facebook will autofill the information. But again, you get way more volume. So it just kind of depends what you're selling. For pool cleaning though, I just want to get a bunch of these guys and I want to call them, sell them pool cleaning, get them in for 6-12 months, that sort of thing. So I would normally have a page ready, like a pool, like Chris's pool cleaning. Obviously, like I have a million here. I'll just use this straw shippers page. That was one of my Shopify drop shipping stores. I used to sell reusable collapsible straws. Good for the environment. View terms, you're going to obviously want to always agree to Meta's terms if it asks you to do that. To add your Facebook page here, you can look that up on Google, ChatGPT. It's pretty easy. Again, if you need help with that specific, like these button clicking things, just message me. I'll shoot you a video. It's really not something to stress about. Like the button clicking should not be what you stress about. It should be the offer that you stress about and your sales system and process once these leads or sales come in. And performance goal, I'm always going to maximize for number of leads because it doesn't know what a conversion lead is yet. And when I'm doing instant forms, I just want to go for volume and just get people filling this out. So I never ever select this, to be honest with you. It'll screw with your cost per lead pretty heavy, and you don't really get that much of a difference in lead quality. This is optional. I don't mess with this. It's a more advanced thing. Just don't touch it for now. That's what I gotta say there. Just don't touch it. Dynamic creative. Don't touch it for now. You'll see people that tell you to do this. You can do it. It's not a bad thing, but I like to separate them out right now without the dynamic, with 3 ads in an ad set versus in the dynamic. Budget, I'll just set it to 50 a day. I like to try to spend 50 to 100 a day. Like 100 a day if you're doing B2B stuff, at least 50 a day if you're doing B2C stuff. Start date, super important. I would never want it to just keep it like this, because I've had times where I launched a campaign back when I first started running ads, and it spent, like I launched it at like 11 p.m. and it spent my whole $100 a day budget within the hour, and it just like got no leads or anything. Like Facebook just pushed the spend out. So you don't want Facebook to just push all your budget for the rest of the day. But what you want to do is I would choose tomorrow at midnight, 12 a.m. So the ads would have a full day of spend. Facebook would just use it over the whole day versus trying to squeeze it all in an hour. So they would go up at midnight and start running then. You don't set an end date. Don't do any of this. Don't do any of this. So I don't like this new Facebook audience, how they do it. I always go here where you have to scroll down and go to switch to original audience options. And I use the original audience because you'll see it's just a lot easier. And this is, I don't know, maybe I'm just an old school Facebook ads guy, but this is the way I like it still. So what I'm going to do now, so normally I try to keep it as broad as possible, but since I'm Chris's pool clean company, I'm not going to be traveling outside of like Maricopa County to clean someone's pool. Maricopa County would be like, I know you guys don't live here except for Anthony. I know you do. But I would just, basically that's just like the city, right? So I could do someone's house in here. I don't want to be driving hours. I'll drive a half hour or so in Maricopa County. But again, that's just like knowing your geography. If I didn't know this, I would look up on Google what the main city is and put my location there. Okay. It's just if it's local, you got to make sure it's geo-based. You can do radiuses. But for this example, I'm just going to do all Maricopa County. That's 2 million people. That's good. I'm going to keep it 18 to 65 plus. 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds can own homes, believe it or not, and I'm not going to restrict myself because Facebook's going to find those 30, 40, 50, 60-year-old homeowners that need their pools done. But I'm not going to restrict it in case a 19-year-old wants their pool done because trust me, they're out there, and Facebook will know. So I'm not going to restrict genders. I don't want to restrict any of this. Languages, don't want to restrict that. It'll show it in Spanish if someone speaks Spanish. That's cool. Detailed targeting. This is fine. I would just leave this. I wouldn't do any targeting. I never do targeting anymore because I let the ad actually do that myself. So same. It doesn't matter if you're in e-commerce, lead gen, whatever you're doing. I would definitely. Sorry, I was reading the chat up here. So previous ad example said send message. Are you choosing one of those options? So Messenger can be a good option. I saw a lot of those, but it'll go straight to your Messenger, right? Instagram is better than Messenger in my opinion, but you have to do some tweaks to that. And you have to be replying to them pretty quickly. They're usually lower quality. For some businesses though, they work pretty well, like in the car business, like car wraps and mechanics, like that sort of thing. Instagram messages work pretty well. And if you were doing Instagram, you'd want to make sure that your placements, like normally I would just keep advantage placements on, but if you're doing just Instagram, you would do manual placements and you would just have it on Instagram. Otherwise, it would show on Facebook and the call to action would take them to Instagram and have them log in, and it's just a whole clusterfuck. You don't want that. No one ever converts from it. So if you're doing a specific messenger or a Instagram, you want to check these or the proper one. But since I'm just doing a lead form that shows on Facebook or Instagram, I'm just going to keep all this on. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to just have Advantage Plus. Facebook will figure out what the people who have their pool clean like to see my ads on. And then I'll get the data and be able to go from there. But yeah, no demographics, interests, or behaviors. I usually don't have this selected. That's just like a random Facebook thing.
You know the demographics where you said there's no demographics. Is that just because of the service?
No, I would do this for any industry, man. So yeah, e-commerce, B2B, like any SaaS. I don't care what you're doing. I wouldn't do any interest, demographics, or behaviors. And I'd keep it as broad as possible.
So the only thing you're doing to narrow it down is location.
And the ad, yeah. Well, even then, if I could, I would have this on US. But since this is a local pool cleaning business, I'm just keeping it here, right? But if I was doing mortgages nationwide, I would have this on US. Yeah, no form of targeting within Facebook, within these settings, ever. I do anymore. I used to, about 5-6 years ago. But Facebook's gotten so good at their AI and just knowing who is looking for what in what markets based on what ads you've clicked on and what you interact with. You are severely limiting your reach if you put this. So if I put even like pools or something, or like maybe, I don't know, homeowner. I don't even know if that's one anymore because I don't mess with these anymore because they're all terrible because of a couple reasons. Like Facebook doesn't update these demographics and interests since I think like 2020. So like if you were looking at roofing or something like 5 years ago, it's gonna put you in that. So you're missing out on a lot of people. Like if I were to click this, like it's gonna narrow this down a ton, and I'm gonna miss out on 1 million plus people than I could before. That's really the problem. And its targeting has gotten so good, it's going to go after people that have clicked on pool cleaning ads, that have interacted with pool content, that sort of thing. So you never nowadays have to put detailed targeting. It all comes down to creative, because Facebook and Instagram, they make money if you stay on their platform or if people scroll and keep going. So Facebook and Instagram is incentivizing us, the advertiser, to make the best possible creative to keep them on the platform the longest, because that's all that we can control. They serve it out because they're so good at serving it out. You're never going to serve it out better than them anymore. Trust me, I used to be changing out these ads, doing crazy breakdowns with age, genders, different targeting ad sets and all this complicated stuff, like I was day trading almost. But Facebook's gotten so good, nobody can outperform it. Like not even the best media buyers in the world that like I know personally, this is how they all run it as well. And they're just creative focused, pumping out 10, 20, 30 creatives a day using systems like this, ChatGPT, and creative designers pushing out as many creatives as possible, videos as well, not just images, but images are quicker to test. That's why I'm doing it for this example. But yeah, this is how I would set it up with ad set level, instant form. All right, let's move on here. Add one Facebook page, and then I would also connect the Instagram page if you can. It helps to have both if possible. It's not the end of the world if you just have a Facebook page, but I'd do it if you could. This is all good. I turn off multi-advertiser ads because multi-advertiser ads, what it does is it puts you in a group of ads. You guys have probably seen this scrolling now, like on Facebook or Instagram. It'll put like 4 ads in a bunch, like boom, 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 and they will all be competitors to one another. And basically, and Facebook has this auto check as you just saw, because we pay them for the impressions that we give them. So they get more impressions. They're basically impression farming. Like they get more impressions by showing 4 ads where there normally would be 1. And then we have to pay the price for it, getting a less intentful person that sees 4 ads. So not that this doesn't work, but I like to have it off because I don't like to put myself with 4 other competitors and get charged for that. Personally, that's I just do not like the multi-advertiser ads. I'd rather spend, because Facebook ads is expensive. I'd rather have my own placement, not with 4 other companies that are doing the exact same thing, commoditizes you pretty quickly. So I have this off, at least for now. I mean, Facebook always improves features and stuff, but I would have this off. Now I'm going to create a form. This is kind of where some of the magic is too. I'm going to do more volume for now, not high intent or rich creative. If I end up having too many SMS problems, you can totally do SMS verification. But since honestly, I don't really care, because I would rather just get volume and just call them. I'd take my chances and go the first 2 weeks, 4 weeks just on volume and calling them and letting my automations take care of them. If I needed to, I would switch this out to higher intent or requiring, a phone number verification or whatever. But I want as little resistance as possible for a lead. I want them to feel good about filling this out with no resistance. Background, I just have that off. Greeting, I'll usually have that off because it's, again, less resistance. One less thing they have to read. It's just their information here. Questions, I might add one question here that's like multiple choice. That's do you own a home in Arizona that needs cleaning? Very simple. So we're getting the intent. And I would just put yes, no. And what I would do now, yes, so that's good right there. So you know the intent here, right? And you don't make it optional. I'll make it, so it's perfect. Then I'm going to turn on conditional logic, and I can bounce people if they select no. So what I just did that at the top here. And then so if people select no, I'm not going to let them go to the next step, because if they don't own a home that needs a home in Arizona, that's pool needs cleaning. Yes, that's an important part. Yeah, I would just close the form. Boom. So now it bounces them. So now you're not getting back any bad data for people who don't own homes that don't want a pool cleaning. Okay. So that's a form of qualification you just did. Our lead cost will slightly increase, but will also significantly improve quality. So that's kind of the point there. Cool. So I don't know why, I don't think it really makes a difference because it's auto-filled, but I like to, hold on, let me move this. Please answer the questions.
Hi, Chris. I have just a quick question in regards to the ads from before, the one when you put about the pool, just if you gave get a quote in 60 seconds or whatever, do you actually you get their email and you just send them the quote that way? Or
Yeah, exactly. So like I would call
Okay.
them within like 5 minutes. So I would have a Zap or a Slack automation. So and that's something I can give you resources for, so you know how to do this. But you can have it so it emails you, text you when someone fills out this, and then you
Right.
or your salesperson, I'd call them right away and get them a quote. That's how I would do it. You don't need like a
Okay, so
built
we don't have
out.
to send them the
Yeah, you don't
quote,
need
we
to
just
build like
call
a
them.
quote tool
Okay.
and like, I mean, you
Okay.
can do that. That's cool too. Like that's when you get more advanced with like a landing page and a survey. You could give them a quote on the page, but like I'd rather just like give them a call now button or just call them right away because they're at peak interest. And then you can
Yeah.
be like, hey, it's Pamela with Chris's Pool Cleaning, just looking to give you a quote. I saw you filled out a form on Facebook where is how dirty is your pool, man? And then you just dive into it, you know.
Yeah.
And then it's just sales from there.
Okay.
Privacy policy. Crap, I gotta do that part. So, so let's see. I'm not gonna watch this, guys. You can just do privacy policy generators. Look at that. I've already used it. Okay. Well, normally you would do all this stuff. Just for the sake of time, I'll tell you if you guys need help with this message. But again, it's a privacy policy. Your company should have one. If they don't, just go to policy privacy generator, make one real quick, and get a link for it, and you just pop it in here. I'm gonna put like that's just a random website, but no disclaimers. You just have to put that. This is all good. Ending. Thanks, you're all set. You can now visit. So what I would put here is you can now please be. We will call you next 5 minutes with a quote. Feel free to book an appointment below as well. So some people self-book. So if you have a website where you have a calendar, you would you would put that website here. Calendar.link. So when they fill out that lead form, they can manually go book an appointment. And those are going to be your highest intent ones. But you just want to let them know, thanks, you're all set for, you want to remind them too for your free pool quote. Boom. Cool. That's exactly, I'm going to hit create form. Oh, not a lead. I'll just put that a different one for the sake of time. And yeah, I wouldn't select that or anything. All right, that's good. And then am I missing something here? All right, this should be good. I don't know why it's not letting me put it. I broke something here. All right, for the sake of time though, hold on. I think it's because of this conditional logic I had to mess with. All right, so now the form is created. I would have this off because you're gonna get way less leads. Don't have that on either. Creative. You're going to upload those here. Like that. And then with this, I just want to, you just want to make sure it looks right. Okay. Like that's what it comes down to. It doesn't matter if you have to put original or whatever. You can keep this on. Oh, we are running out of time, huh? Am I good to go another 5 minutes, guy? I know.
Absolutely,
I
bro.
think I can finish it. Yeah, I think we're pretty close here.
Let's do it. Another 5 minutes.
Yeah, so
Thanks for doing this for us, Chris. This is awesome.
oh, of course, this will be money for you guys for sure. And yeah, what I'm writing right now, like you guys will probably want to be a little more specific on your prompt. The reason I can like misspell stuff and like put like a sentence is because this has like a year of trained knowledge on me and the best copywriters and marketers in like the world, like not just me. So it knows like what I want usually by now. So yeah, this is pretty good. Or I don't really like that one actually. I like this. Perfect. It's about to hit triple digits in Phoenix, and your pool still isn't ready. Might add some emojis here because it gets hot. It gets up to like 110 degrees
Just
here.
don't remind us. Don't remind me at least.
Dude, it's horrible, man. And then maybe this dude's swimming. We offer fast, affordable, cool cleaning. Tableau for your free quote. One-time or weekly cleanings, early, easy 60-second quote form, local pros to show up, stop dealing with green water, clogged filters, endless pool store runs. Tableau for your free custom quote. That's a great one. I like to add 2 primary texts so Facebook has something to choose from. Do another Arizona themed one with pain point of cleaning your own every weekend, your own pool. Because I just remember my dad always complaining about having to do the pool every weekend. So I'm thinking him as like my custom avatar. A homeowner, employed, is tired of the back pain from this. Like that might even be an angle. Like tired of back pain from doing this. Oh, this is good. I like this. It's 102 degrees outside. You got a day outside off. There you are. Pool skimmer in one hand, chlorine test kit in the other. Sound familiar? We help Phoenix homeowners get their weekends back. This is like exactly what I wanted here. This is exactly a dad who's sick of doing this every weekend. Don't waste another Saturday. Tap below, answer 3 quick questions, and we'll text you a quote today. You can say call them. Same thing. Like I don't ever apply these text variations. Well, sometimes I do, but they tend to just fuck them up sometimes. So like if you're going to, just like double check what they say. These are okay, but for sake of this, I'm gonna keep this. But yeah, I'll do 2 texts, 2 primary texts, like I just said, and then 2 headlines. So I like Phoenix homeowners pool cleaning shouldn't be a full-time job. Yeah, so 2 primary texts, like we did, 2 headlines. Get the blue back. Boom. Description. You don't really need one, to be honest. Did they give me one here? I'm gonna just put get free quote. Free quote now. That's usually what you put in a description. You just put like book a call, whatever your CTA is, or you just put none. It really doesn't matter. I just put like get free quote, book a call, buy this, check this out. And then I'm almost always gonna put learn more for the call to action. I've tried all these different ones, and unless you have like a 50% off offer for them to claim, like this one works well for e-commerce. So my e-com guys, get offer works pretty well if you have like a 20% off or buy one get one free. But for the majority of lead gen, B2C, B2B, learn more is going to be your best bet almost every time that I've seen, 90% of the time. Don't do this. I'm sure. Wow, this is getting better. Holy crap. God, you seeing this? Dude, they got people drinking margaritas out. Wow. Okay. Well, so I don't use this right now, but dude, this AI stuff is getting so good. Like, don't be scared to test this stuff out just because I say not to. Because like I'm gonna test this stuff out too. But this is just how if I was setting this up today, I would not mess with that. Now this is gonna be pretty important. You don't mess this up. Because okay, so Facebook likes to turn all this on. All of this is fine except for one thing. This is like super key. I don't care what you're doing. Always turn this off for the love of God. Like, please turn this off. Text improvements, turn it off. Reason why? It'll just start sticking your headline where your primary text is. So let me see if it does it. Like, it'll just start putting random ad copy. It'll take all that nice ad copy about, it being hot out and you need, all the pain points we talked about, and it'll just put like pool cleaning today. Or like it'll just take all of that out and just put some nonsense. And I've seen it myself, and yeah, it'll just put feature headline AI. Yeah, you don't want this. All the other stuff is fine. They'll throw a cool little song. They'll do their little visual touch ups. I don't know. These all look fine. You can do 3D animation. It zooms in and out. It looks kind of cool. This looks cool too. I might even do this. Like, it looks cool. Like, it'll figure it out. If it doesn't work, like, Facebook's not going to keep running it. But I just like how it moves water. Jeez. And then I usually keep this off unless you're in e-commerce. It makes a little more sense to have one. But that's how I do that there. So you see 2 primary text, 2 headlines, learn more. I'll send you guys a video for tracking stuff. We're not going to do that in this one. URL parameters, that's something a little more advanced. You don't need that right now, but that's an easy thing to add as well. And yeah, that's pretty much how you'd set it up. Right. Well, at least one ad. Let me duplicate. All I would do now is duplicate this ad and those 3 other ads that I made. Where are they? This one and this one. So we already have this one up. I would make in the same ad set right here. I would make ad 2, ad 3, like just copying this one or duplicating it. And all I would do is change out the creative. The reason I'm not showing it is because it's not letting me because this ad account's closed, I'm pretty sure. So I'm just kind of telling you. But yeah, I would just change the creative by going right here to edit. And I'd edit media, and I would just click on the new one. And yeah, I would give it the $50 a day. And Facebook would basically choose between those 3 images every day and basically mark up my spend. Yeah, and I would assume to get leads the same day from this. I'd imagine to get like $5 leads, probably about 8 to 10 leads a day for a pool cleaning company. I get a hold of 1 to 2 a day, close 1 a day, 5 days a week, 20 days a month, not working crazy weekends. Yeah, 20 people at $100 each for the first one. That's $2,000 I just made off of the first one. And then if they all stay, there's 6 months. We talked about that, an average LTV of $2,600. So 2,600 times 10 is 26,000, I think, something like that. Yeah, that right? So yeah, you make $26,000 effectively from spending $1,500 on ads. So it's a pretty good deal. I would take 30 grand if you spent 1,500 on ads. You wouldn't get that all in one day. You'd get that over a course of 6 months because that's how your offer is. But that goes to show you, if you're charging if you were charging that 2,500 up front for a 6-month package, you'd be collecting, you literally have 30K in your pocket this month from that 1,500 2K ad spend. You'd have something pretty crazy. So it all comes back to the offer, and that's how much you can acquire a customer for. But yeah, that's pretty much it, Kai. I think that's how I would run a pool cleaning ad from start to finish on here. Yeah, didn't expect that to take the whole hour, a little longer than I wanted. Not quite as turbo fast as I wanted, but we got it.
Dude, Chris, appreciate you, man. That was fire.
Dude, I'm glad you got some value. But yeah, I'm just reading some of these messages now. Yeah, feel free to send me these messages, guys, in the school community. Like, I'll send a message back, or at least point you in the right direction for whatever it is, e-commerce or a lead gen and XYZ. I've seen it all. So definitely can point you in the right direction if there's like specific questions or you want resources for doing something. But yeah, awesome. I'll throw it back to you, Kai. I can answer questions, but I know it's running a little late. So
yeah, I mean, I want to be really respectful of Chris's time, guys. He took so many questions during the call as well. So, dude, really appreciate that you were taking questions on the fly. And guys, if you got great value out of this call, I'm going to start asking people to kind of like give reviews on the calls too, like your reviews of the call. So guys, if you love this call with Chris, go ahead and drop some love in the community for Chris. I want to kind of start hyping up some of our mentors too.
Let's go. Yeah, thanks, guys. I want to make this the best call. Come
Chris,
here for all your marketing needs, not just ads.
dude, I will say, man, like your calls have been some of the best calls, bro. Seriously.
No way, man. That's crazy. We got some really good people in here too. I know that because I know a lot of them. I've worked with a lot of them. They're really good at what they do.
But you're very thorough, bro. That's what I appreciate. I think everyone appreciates that, right, guys?
That's awesome, man. Yeah, no, I can definitely be thorough. But yeah, just message me. I can dive into specifics for some of you guys, and yeah, feel free to make a message like on the community or whatnot if there's something specific you guys want to see, and I can try to cater my next call to that as well. But yeah, I think this helped a lot for a lot of you, but I want to help the e-commerce guys as well because I know there's a lot of different businesses in here. So yeah, just let me know. Give me feedback on what you do or don't like, and I'm happy to try to cater these calls to you guys, get the most value as possible.
Thank you so much, Chris. I'll give everyone one last chance to say some thank you, and then we'll close this call off.
Awesome.
Thank you, Chris.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you made it this far, I can tell you definitely are serious about scaling your marketing agency and learning how to run ads for yourself. So if that's the case and you're interested in learning more or working with me one-on-one, just hit the link in my bio or in the little YouTube section. You can reach out to me there and I can give you a free client acquisition audit, no strings attached. So yeah, I hope you got value from this video and feel free to reach out. I can take on about 5 to 6 clients per quarter one-on-one. So if you'd like to be one of those agency owners or business owners, just book a call below and look forward to speaking with you. But otherwise, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.